So, uh, imagine you're sitting at the mamak, right? And a drop of bright red sambal lands right on the front of your crisp white work shirt.
Oh, that is just the absolute worst feeling.
Right. You walk back into the office feeling like, I don't know, this glowing beacon of clumsiness. You just know every single person is staring at that exact spot.
Yeah, but, well, the reality is usually quite different. I mean, people might glance up, but that intense burning judgment you feel, it's largely a projection.
Exactly. So welcome to today's custom-tailored deep dive, where we are unpacking exactly why you constantly feel judged by others and, how to shut off that imaginary spotlight.
It is such a common trap, honestly.
It really is. And for our mission today, we're combining classic psychological research with some incredibly practical tools from MindfulGym. For those who don't know, that's Malaysia's leading evidence-based mindfulness program created by consultant psychiatrist Dr. Phang Cheng.
Yeah, it's a fascinating intersection of research
Yep.
because it explains something almost all of us do on a daily basis.
Okay, so the best way to understand this trap is this hilarious study from the year 2000 by psychologist Thomas Gilovich.
Oh, the T-shirt study? I love this one.
Yes. So he forced college students to wear this deeply embarrassing T-shirt. I mean, it had a giant picture of the singer Barry Manilow on it. And then they had to walk into a room full of their peers.
Which is terrifying for a college student.
Totally terrifying. And the students wearing the shirt guessed that, at least half the room noticed their embarrassing fashion statement.
But the actual data, it showed only 23% noticed. Less than a quarter of the room even registered it.
Which brings us right back to the sample stain. If only a fraction of people notice the glaringly obvious things, why does our brain trick us into thinking the whole world is zooming in on our tiny mistakes?
Well, it comes down to something called egocentric bias. Basically, we are the center of our own universe, right?
Right, obviously.
So because you're hyper aware of your own flaws, your brain naturally assumes everyone else is paying just as much attention to you as you are. When you spill the sample, your internal alarm bells ring so loudly that you assume everyone else can hear them too.
Wow. So the spotlight effect makes us feel watched. But, feeling watched is one thing. What really gets me is the narrative we attach to
Oh
all
yeah,
of
the
it.
story we tell ourselves.
Exactly. We don't just think people are looking. We automatically assume they're thinking really bad things about us.
And this is where Dr. Phang from Mindfulgym has a great concept. He calls this specific habit the ghost we think.
The ghost we think. I like that.
Yeah, specifically, it's the mind-reading thinking error. It's basically your brain's negativity bias jumping to conclusions without a single shred of proof. Like, say your boss doesn't smile at you in the hallway. Your brain immediately writes a script saying, oh no, she thinks I'm underperforming.
Okay, but let me play devil's advocate here for a second. Isn't anticipating what people might be thinking just, well, part of being socially aware? Like, if I'm good at reading the room, isn't that just high emotional intelligence?
That is a fair question, but there's a crucial line between the two. Emotional intelligence is rooted in actual observation. It uses evidence.
Ah,
Mind reading, on the other hand, is just wearing haunted glasses. It's a defense mechanism driven by a fear of rejection, not facts. You're trying to anticipate criticism to protect yourself, but you end up fighting ghosts that aren't even there.
that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
So if we are stuck wearing these haunted glasses, how do we physically take them off?
Well, Mindful Gym uses cognitive behavioral tactics, and a big one is the everyone is busy rule.
Right, because most people are just stressing about their own deadlines or, what they're having for lunch.
Exactly. So you have to shift your focus outward. When you feel judged, actively ask yourself, what is the actual proof they are judging me right now?
You play detective.
Yes, play detective, interrupt the panic. And this connects so beautifully to Dr. Fang's metaphor of the Teh Cham life.
Oh, I love this one. Teh Cham, the classic Malaysian drink where you mix bitter coffee and sweet tea.
Right, and applying that to our mindset literally changes how our brain processes embarrassment. Life is a Teh Cham. It's a guaranteed mix of sweet moments and bitter, awkward mistakes.
So it's about normalizing those bad hair days and the clumsy spills.
Exactly. When you stop categorizing a small mistake as a total catastrophe, your brain's threat detection system powers down. You stop defensively mind reading because, well, there's nothing to defend against.
That takes the sting right out of it. And that feeds right into the mindful gym motto, self-care is we care. Like, by giving ourselves a little grace for our own awkward moments, we naturally become more compassionate toward everyone else's.
That's spot on. It's a shift from self-consciousness to shared humanity.
So to pull all these threads together for you listening, message one, the spotlight effect is constantly exaggerating how much people notice your flaws.
Message 2, that mind-reading habit is a ghost, not a fact.
And message three, you can defeat both of those illusions by looking for hard evidence and shifting your focus outward.
So here's our call to action for you. The next time you feel a wave of embarrassment today, play detective. Look for the actual evidence of judgment.
Definitely. Just reflect on this for a second. Think about the massive amount of mental energy you would save if you stopped writing negative scripts for the people around you.
It is so freeing.
It really is. I'll leave you with this final provocative thought. If everyone is genuinely too absorbed in their own imaginary spotlights to even notice you, does that realization make you feel invisible or perfectly free?